everyone, Soundwave 8084 here. This video is going to be my top 5 worst or slash most disappointing purchases of 2024. Not necessarily all fully related to Transformers. This is going to be of anything, action figures, just whatever. It's just things I got that was just didn't live up to my expectations. Not necessarily saying that they're bad or this is crap. I just felt let down with it somewhat. And one of the things, and I got it, I knew I would be, but I went ahead and asked for it for Christmas anyway and got it for Christmas. And I'm still grateful for the gift. I'm grateful for the figure. I'm grateful for it. It's not what I wished Hasbro had done more for it. So that's just a little hint of things to come. So if you want to see what Transformers I liked best from 2024, I will leave a link to that video down in the description below, so you can check that out. I'll also maybe try to pin it somewhere up here in the video as well. If you like anything you see in this video, don't forget to click subscribe, leave a comment, let me know your 5 or one of your worst purchases of 2024. It doesn't have to be Transformers, it could be anything, action figures, G.I. Joe, McFarlane, Motu, just anything. Just let me know down in the comments below. Let's get to the list. Top 5. I'm going to have one honorable mention in this as being something that I wanted to put in the list, but I scratched it out because something hit me. I was like, yeah, that is, while the thing is good, that QC problem was bad. So let's get to number 5. And that's going to be Transformers Legacy United Sideburn. I got this guy for Christmas, and I'm very, like I said, very grateful. This is the figure I was talking about just a minute ago in the video. Very grateful for this figure, but Sideburn to me, is more of a Dodge Viper look. I understand if Hasbro didn't want to go for the licensing for a Dodge Viper, but doing the vehicle mode this way, I think is a travesty for this figure. I think they should at least try to change the alt mode up a little bit, make it a little more sporty. Do something like they did back in the classics around like 2007, 2008 when we got the Sunstreaker, Sideswipe, Red Alert trio. And they weren't Lambos, but they were still sporty looking cars that if you squinted enough, could still be a Lambo or something. This, if I squint, I still don't see a Dodge Viper. And that's the problem. And that's why it's on my most disappointing. The figure is still good. I still enjoy the colors on the alt mode. The look of the alt mode is still okay. And I do like the robot mode. I just wish it was a little more sporty looking. And it was a little bit bigger and more, just a little more closer to a Dodge Viper. Coming at number 4 is WWE Elite Butch. And the reason for this is I think the head sculpt. Now, these are pretty cool. I love old school tag teams in wrestling, and I like to try to get as many tag teams as I can. I need to start doing more of that. But this came in the set when they posed as the Doink people in the Survivor Series a long time ago. But it's just that the head sculpt on this guy is not Butch to me. It looks more like a bad Val Venus or Sean Morley. It doesn't look like Butch. It just looks like Val Venus to me, and that's the problem there. Number 3 is another Mattel figure, and this is another WWE figure. This is a WWE Superstars line, which is sort of based on the Motu look, or you can say back when Remco was making, their wrestling figures in the late 80s. They pretty much KO'd, Motu, and then use that to make their Remco wrestling figures. Well, we got this here. This is Andre the Giant, and he's got a problem here. I did in my review video. His right arm will not stay on for nothing. And I think this might actually be a problem with Mattel stuff, because one of my local toy shops, comic shops, they have some of these WWE Superstar figures. There's a Kane, and his right arm is also just loose in the packaging. And there's another one, I can't remember his name. He's also the same way. I was like, is something wrong with the right arms on these figures, that they're easy to not, stay snapped in, break off, something. But it's still a really good Andre the Giant figure, and I'm glad I picked it up. I don't really get many of these versions of the wrestlers, but it's Andre, and he's got a fro. He looks cool. Coming at number 2, and this is something I'm putting on my most disappointing, which is something I knew was in the figures anyway, but it's just, I don't know. It still leaves me just feeling let down inside, and that is McFarlane's Superpower figures. And this here is my Robin. I think I got this early at the beginning of the year. This is Robin, the Tim Drake one. I got it from Amazon. And it came like this, in a box, no packing or anything. But McFarlane has a hard time with their bubbles, coming. There's like every figures, the bubbles is loose on the shelf, slides off. It's really bad. I don't know what adhesive or glue they're using. It sucks, and you need to change that. And he says, every time I pick one of these figures up, the bubble just starts coming right off, which is fine if you're going to open it anyway. But sometimes I like to slip these things open so the bubble stays on here, and then take the figure out and put the thing back in. Because the main reason I really like this is just because it takes me back to the superpowers of old, and the packaging there, it looks similar enough. And I can't really afford the vintage superpowers because all those are outrageous in price. But I had the old, school figures back in the 80s. And then, as a kid, you lose those. And then Toy Biz started putting out some of the figures. And they started reusing some of these superpower, sculpting. And then it went back to Kenner with the figures. They're only like $10 a figure. But why couldn't there be an action feature in the figure? Why can't I squeeze his legs and make him do a karate chop? Why can't I squeeze his legs and make his arms do some stupid stuff? You're like, well, these are for the adults who used to collect these as a kid, so we don't have to put the action figures in because we're not making it for kids. Yeah, but I was a kid when I played with it and it had action features then. I kind of wish you could do something now, even something small. It might jack up the price a little bit, but I think people would pay if you got like a little action feature. $12.99? I think maybe. Even $10. They're not overly priced in my eyes compared to everything else out there nowadays. It's just, I wish they had some action features and fix the adhesive on your packages, man. Now, I know that's really a big first world problem. Like, oh, the glue on the packages. But it's just something. I got to have something for this list. And my thing is, with things that are going to let me down, I pretty much know ahead of time by looking at it. It's pretty going to be a letdown or a bad purchase. And I try not to buy it anyway. Also, I know what to expect from these toy companies. I'm not thinking I'm going to be getting masterpiece quality stuff, perfection out of a $24 toy. No, I don't. So I don't really get let down that easy. So, my honorable mention is going to be Transformers 40th Anniversary Funko Pop Blaster. And I'm not one who's big on Funko Pops, but I try to get the Transformer ones. I don't have this entire wave. I don't have Laserbeak. I don't have this Megatron or this Prime or anything, or the 2-pack that was at Hot Topic. I don't have Buzzsaw exclusive Chase variant. I don't have any of that. I got Ashtray. I got Blaster. Reviewed them earlier this year. And it's just the fact that, I was in the store, the local comic shop, compared them all. The paint apps are just crap on a lot of these Funkos anyway. And I found the one that looked best in the face and chest, but I didn't check one of the arms. And behold, I did catch this in my review, I believe, that he doesn't have one of the paint apps on his arm. And that really is just like, it was just totally overlooked and missed. And just, I'm fine with it for the sheer fact that I got the best looking one in the face. And when they had this jumbo ass head, that's where I'm looking to. The chest and the head is what I'm drawn to first on these Funkos from Transformers. That's why I missed that myself. I was just wanting a good chest that didn't have scratches, paint marks, blemishes. I got that. I understand it's overseas. Again, not expecting perfection, but sometimes QC is one of the things that it's going to get me now, because QC is going to be a letdown. It makes something go from a good purchase to a disappointing purchase. Alright, number one. It's not really a knock on the company as a whole, but Super 7's Ultimate Soundwave. I got it because I'm a Soundwave fanatic. My thing is, you're making these to not transform anyway. So all accessories, all that, that's perfectly fine. I enjoy a lot of that. I don't mind the look of the figure. What bugs me is the articulation of the figure. I had that with the Voltron I got years back. It's just like, then they make the backpack for this to fit in, so I guess it's got to fit for that. But there's no way they could try to redesign it to where you can actually get a waist swivel. He's got one, but you can't move him because the stupid-ass backpack will stop him. So I don't understand why they couldn't try to do something in the design phase of the figure to give you that full, at least a 180, a 360, something in the swivel department for the waist. It's just, it feels so bad. And also when you try to do the legs, you got that little rubbery plastic here, so it's just, you keep moving the legs, you can only go so far, then you're going to start stretching and stress marking this plastic up. And it's like, you couldn't design this in a way to where you can get the leg movements. That's my big thing on the Super 7 Ultimates, is the articulation. It feels like you can't get stuff you should get. I mean, you don't have to transform, so you don't have to figure all that out. And then you got things you feel like you're on it, tearing up, stress marking, just ruining the figure if you try to overextend an articulation point. And that's why the Super 7 Ultimates feel like a letdown to me. They look good, they serve their purpose, they are expensive, and that's why for the price I'm paying, I I feel I should get more in the articulation department. So that's why this is number one. It's not necessarily Soundwave could go for the Optimus Primes and all those. Any of the Super 7 Ultimates, I feel that you should get more out of the articulation. So that's my top 5 worst and most disappointing purchases of the year, with one honorable mention. You can let me know yours down in the comments below. Coming soon, I'll do a video giving you my top 10, maybe 12. I might do like I did with the Transformers action figures of 2024. I am formulating that list as I speak, and I should really have it up sometime soon. I'm getting better. My legs are getting better. I've been to the doctor, got some meds. There's this hope everything keeps improving. Thanks for watching. Until the next one. Peace out.